express our strong condemnation of that action because there are procedures and protocols on handling issues of yellow cards. It is true some sovereign nations can require yellow cards, and we are aware that some countries in the southern hemisphere, including South Africa, require yellow cards for travelers. And also, yellow cards is a requirement for granting of South African visas. So these same yellow cards were submitted by the applicants to the South African missions in Nigeria. And it's on verification of those cards that they were granted South African visas. Now, if South African officials in Nigeria have cross-checked and verified those yellow cards and given visas to passengers and travelers, so why should the immigration officials at the point of entry now say the same yellow cards that have been verified by their own officials are fake? So we find that really very disturbing. And even in all circumstances, the normal procedure is that if you arrive in any country requiring that you must have yellow cards, and you even forgot your own at home, it can happen to any passenger. The normal procedure is that you will be quarantined and given the vaccination. After 3 hours or so, they will observe you, then they will allow you entry. It is very cruel, in my view, to just deport people based on that. And in fact, it contravenes an article in the World Health Organization on guidelines for implementing the rules and regulations governing yellow cards. It's a violation of WHO regulations.
Now, the deportation row between South Africa and Nigeria continues to deepen, but how do you intend to tackle this serious problem?
Yeah, we are already tackling the problem. As you know, when it happened on Friday, I instructed our High Commissioner in South Africa to immediately lodge strong protests in Pretoria. This was done. Also, the South African High Commissioner in Abuja was invited here on Monday, and he was met by my permanent secretary, who also expressed the same condemnation and protest. Since Monday, of course, that has signaled meetings between the two governments in Pretoria. So our officials are working on resolving the whole matter in a holistic way, so that this irritation will not reoccur again. But I must say, without any hesitation, that the two institutions who are fueling this irritation in South Africa-Nigeria relations are the South African immigration and the police. They are the ones harassing Nigerians indiscriminately. And I believe when we meet at the Binational Commission, all these issues will be brought to the table and discussed in a general way.
Now, as of yesterday, there was still a deportation, and I think a sour relationship between the two countries will have a negative impact on both economies. What do you think about this?
Yeah, you know that 125 Nigerians were deported in 2 days. So what our own people did was to be more, at least to check the papers of people coming into the country. And it just happened that they found out that most of those coming, their immigration papers were not correct. So they were promptly deported. And I believe so far, I understand a figure of over 125 have been deported back to South Africa. But by the time we resolve the matter, then I believe all this will also take shape, and there may not be need to take further action.
What about the effect on the economy? Do you think it will impact in any way on the economy, economies?
I can assure you that this is a temporary situation. It's a temporary irritant. It must happen as it has happened, and we will correct it, and it will have no impact whatsoever on the economic and political relations between our two countries. It will just make us to understand ourselves better, so that you don't ill-treat people and believe that Nigeria will just turn the other way. No, we will not do that. So Nigeria will take appropriate actions, which we have taken, And we are satisfied at what we have done, and thereafter relations will move on. And we are brothers. We are brothers with South Africans. We don't see them as enemies. It's just that we are concerned that they should reciprocate our own generosity, our own large heart, because Nigerians, we are a friendly people, and we treat foreigners as if they are our brothers. We invite them to our homes and take care of them. That's why we are a leader in Africa.